Okay, this video is about the American Dental Association, and the reason why I share this with you is just one of the biggest problems of people learning about health and nutrition is that they don't know how to think. And what I'm trying to say here is you want to develop a system of thinking. That's why I think McDougall's the best nutrition doctor, because he gives you a system to understand animal products are always bad. Always bad. No exception. That will help you. So when somebody offers you a version of some other animal product, you can say, no, thank you. Okay, I would never eat anything made with corn because I'm worried about GMO and atrazine. I would never eat anything with soy because I'm worried about the soy itself and the glyphosate. Okay, so now I just want to share with you a little bit about how things work with regard to the American Dental Association. Many years ago, in the 1900s, the aluminum companies had a problem getting rid of their waste product of fluoride. And so they maneuvered to get it put into the drinking water. They hired a guy, and a paper was written that suggested it was beneficial for teeth, all right? And then they lucked out and were able to get it legalized to be put into the water. It's also in a lot of toothpaste, of course, and mouthwash. We know, of course, it decreases nitric oxide. But even if theoretically it was good for teeth, and I think it probably is not, it's certainly harmful to the rest of the body when it's absorbed. Most dentists really don't know that much. Most doctors don't know much about nutrition or toxicology. It's just not taught in the schools or the residency programs. So what am I trying to say is your own personal dentist, if you have one, might actually think it's a good thing. They're trained to think it's a good thing. And very few of them ever read anything on their own. But anybody who starts picking up the papers or reading the books about fluoride, there's got tons and tons of negative side effects. It's a carcinogen, it's a dementagen, it's bad in numerous ways. All right, it's bad for bone health, etc. So what I'm trying to say is the American Dental Association must know this. It's been in the system for so many years now. They have over 70 years. They have to know that. I'm sure they do, but they will never admit it for medical legal reasons. So what I'm trying to say is, if you have an association that knows you're being harmed by something related to its field and they don't tell you, does that improve your confidence in the American Dental Association? It doesn't for me. Okay, they also know that about half of the dental amalgams used to fill cavities contain Hg, that's mercury, okay? Everyone knows mercury is highly toxic, extremely toxic, okay? How come the American Dental Association doesn't tell you that? They just tell people silver fillings. They call them silver fillings for cavities. They look silver in terms of their coloration. There's some silver in there, but that's deceptive. And so they know they don't want people to be aware of the problems with the mercury in amalgams because they're afraid retrospectively they'd get sued. But what I'm trying to say is that's two ways where they're harming you and they don't tell you. So, one of the things, I had a bad experience at a dentist many, many, many years ago, decades ago. And because of that, I just, read like 5 books on dentistry and just figured out, gee, if you avoid sweets and you avoid acidic foods, things like soda pop, orange juice, you avoid those foods, you don't ever get problems with your teeth. So you don't need to go to the dentist. Okay, I haven't been to a dentist in over 25 years. There's also problems with root canals. There's entire books on all that stuff. But anyways, my advice, like for so many things in health, is just learn how to take care of yourself. And then you don't need to go to any expert or specialist. I think it's insane to go to, routine checkups where they're going to try to put fluoride in your mouth or some other crap. If you absolutely have to get something, or someone in your family does absolutely have to get a tooth filled or whatever, I would recommend carefully study what the options are. What's the long-term significance of that implant? Is it going to have any toxic effects? Try to know that as best you can before you commit to something that's not going to be too easy to reverse. And I know some people wonder about biologic dentists. I actually don't know that much about that. That'd be an interesting thing, but I don't know much about that.